Hello students, I am Mrs. Jyoti Bode, HM of Deccan Education Society's DS Secondary School, Pune. Today we are going to learn about geometry, that to lesson number 2, Pythagoras theorem. I know you people have learned about it previously, but let's learn more about it right now. Here you can see there are yellow colored grains. They are getting thoroughly occupied in the bigger cube, we can say. So this is Pythagoras theorem. Actually, you have learned that when in a triangle, three sides are there. Out of that, every triangle has three angles. Out of those three, if two are given to you, you can find the third one by using the formula of finding a sum of the measures of triangles is 180. But what about their sides? You can't find a third side when two sides are given. But yes, that is possible in case of right angle triangle, and that we are going to learn that Pythagoras theorem. This theorem was put forth by Pythagoras. Let's learn about it. Pythagoras of Samos. It is the name of him. He was born in Samos and died in Croton or Metapontum. People are not sure about that. But he was a Greek mathematician and philosopher. And his total involvement and whatever he has given into mathematics is a great achievement and great things. We are totally dependent on his great theorems. Here you can see the same thing is applicable if instead of grains, if you fill those cubes with any liquid, they are getting filled in the side opposite to right angle. That is the hypotenuse, you are aware. So here in the figure also you can see if ABC are three sides, C is the side opposite right angle, which is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square, that is C square, is equal to sum of the other two side squares, that is A square plus B square. So Pythagoras theorem is in a right angle triangle. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides. Remaining two sides are the sides which are making right angle. So in this lesson we are going to study Pythagorean triplet, similarity and right angles, theorem of geometric mean, Pythagoras theorem, application of Pythagoras theorem, Apollonius theorem, but specifically application of it. A square plus B square is equal to C square, where C is the hypotenuse. So if the square of the largest number out of three given positive integers, all three sides of the triangle are positive integers, if the largest number is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two numbers, then the number triplet is called Pythagorean triplet. Or in some countries they call Pythagoras triples. So triplets and triples is the same. Yeah. So here you can see one is shown with green color, one is with blue, and one is with red. Just for sake of your understanding, out of these red color ones are all the hypotenuse, and the remaining other two are the sides forming right angle. So if you try with this, 6 square plus 8 square will give you 10 square. Similarly, the last one, 17 square plus 144 square, the sum of it will be equal to 145. So these are few examples of Pythagorean triplets. So again, these all three numbers should be positive integers. So let's learn about properties of right angles. So here there are two properties of 30 degrees, 90 degrees, 60 degrees, and property of 45, 45, 90. So first let us learn about 30, 60, 90 degrees. Statement goes this way: if acute angle of a right angle triangles are 30 degrees and 60 degrees, then the side opposite to 30-degree angle is half of the hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60-degree angle is 3/2 times of hypotenuse. Again I repeat, if acute angles of right angle triangle are 30 degrees and 60 degrees, then the side opposite to 30 degree angle is half of the hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60 degree angle is root 3 upon 2 times of the hypotenuse. Here triangle PQR is shown where P is 30, R is 60 and Q is 90 degrees. Then 90 degrees is always shown by that particular sign. So therefore side opposite to 30 degrees, that is side opposite to 30 over here is QR. So QR will be half of the hypotenuse, that is half of PR, and side opposite to 60, which is PQ, will be root 3 upon 2 times that of hypotenuse, that is PR. So if we consider PR, that is hypotenuse, as 6, then we can find, of course, the side opposite to 30 and side opposite to 60 degrees. 30 degrees will be QR is half of PR, which gives us 3 centimeters, or any units you can say 3 units. Here PQ is root 3 upon 2 into PR, so it can be found out easily, and it will be 3 root 3 units or centimeters. Centimeter if it is given as, or units you can write if no particular measurements are given. Next is a property of 45 degrees and 90 degrees. 45 itself, it tells us two angles out of 3 are similar, so it is an isosceles triangle, and the third one is 90 degrees. So total 90 plus 45 plus 45, 180. Here the statement goes in this manner: if the acute angle of a right angle triangle are 45, then each of the perpendicular side is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. Again I repeat, if the acute angles of right angle triangles are 45, then each of the perpendicular side is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. So here triangle STU has been shown, where angle T is 90, angle S is 45, angle U is 45. So in this TU, the side opposite to 45 will be 1 upon root 2 times that of SU. Again TS, the other side which is opposite to 45, will be 1 upon root 2 times that of SU. SU is the hypotenuse. So both the sides will be TU is equal to TS, which is 1 upon root 2 times that of SU, that is the hypotenuse. So if suppose SU is 3 root 2 centimeters, and then if you have to find out TU and TS, then we have to just apply the formula and you will get it in this manner. TU is equal to 2S, 1 upon root 2 into 3 root 2, root 2 will get cancelled, answer will be 3 centimeters. So these two, both, that angle, the side opposite to 30 degrees is half of the hypotenuse, side opposite to 60 degrees is root 3 upon 2 times of hypotenuse, and in case of 45 degrees, if the side opposite to both the sides are 1 upon root 2 times that of hypotenuse, this you should remember. Now next is similarity and right angle triangle. Here you can see a right angle ABC. Clear? Now how we can find similarity? Let us learn about it. In a right angle triangle, if the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, then the two triangles formed are similar to original triangle and to each other. Here right angle is ABC. Altitude drawn. Altitude has to be drawn from the side which is opposite to hypotenuse, or vertex opposite to hypotenuse, that is B. So when we draw an altitude BD on hypotenuse AC, we get two triangles out of ABC. One is ADB and second is CDB. Okay. Here given is triangle ABC, where angle B is 90. Segment BD is perpendicular, that is the altitude drawn, to segment AC, which is the hypotenuse, such that D is between A and C. So what we have to prove is, out of these two triangles, the first triangle, suppose triangle ADB is similar to the original triangle ABC. Second triangle BDC is similar to original triangle ABC. And third thing we have to prove that both these triangles ADB and BDC are similar to each other. Now let's see how it happens. If we consider triangle ADB and complete triangle ABC, we know, or you can judge from it, that angle A is common. So angle DAB is congruent to BAC, common angle. Again in both, here angle ADB is 90 and in complete angle ABC is 90. So by angle test, these two triangles are similar. So we can say that triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. In the other figure, you can see one is with red and one is with blue color. Here we are considering both the triangles like triangle BDC and ABC. Complete triangle ABC, which is given, and part of it is BDC. Now here again angle C is common. So angle BCD is congruent to ACB. Again angle D is 90 and out of angle ABC, angle B is 90. So here again by AA test, these two triangles are similar. So ADB is similar to ABC, BDC is similar to ABC. So from this we can conclude that triangle ABD is similar to triangle BDC. These two triangles are similar to triangle or ABC, which is the original triangle, and this property is called transitivity. Means A is equal to B, C is equal to B, then A is equal to B is equal to C. This is the common thing. Property is transitivity. Next is geometric mean. Statement goes this way. In a right angle triangle, the perpendicular segment to the hypotenuse from the opposite vertex is the geometric mean of the segments into which the hypotenuse is divided. Here, right angle triangle given is PQR. From Q, that is the side angle opposite to hypotenuse, is point Q. The perpendicular has been drawn to side PR, hypotenuse. So that perpendicular segment is SQ or QS. So by the statement, the perpendicular segment to the hypotenuse, that is QS, from the opposite vertex is the geometric mean of segments into which the hypotenuse is divided. This hypotenuse gets divided into two segments, that is PS and RS. So SQ square will be equal to PS into RS. So in triangle PQR, QS is perpendicular to hypotenuse. So again we get two triangles, and we have learnt that these two triangles are similar to each other. And when the triangles are similar, we are aware their sides are always in proportion and the angles are congruent. So when sides are they are similar, so sides are proportion. QS upon PS is equal to SR upon SQ or QS. So that can be written properly. So we get it from this. QS square is equal to PS into SR. So segment QS is the geometric mean of segment PS and SR. So now we can just finally study about Pythagoras theorem theoretically. Here you can see it gets occupied in both the colors together. It forms the hypotenuse side square. Yeah. So this is Pythagoras theorem. Triangle ABC, B is 90. Side opposite to 90 degrees, that B is been shown as small b. Side opposite to angle C is with small c, and side opposite to angle A is with small a. So S square plus C square is equal to B square. So Pythagoras theorem statement is, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides. Again I repeat, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides. In that right angle triangle ABC, BD is perpendicular to hypotenuse AC, that is the construction. And we know because of that perpendicular, we get three triangles and they are similar to each other and the original one. So when they are similar, their sides are in proportion. So if we consider first two triangles, triangle ABC similar to triangle ADB, we get A, and the third one also if you consider, but still if you take these two, AB upon AD is equal to BC upon BD is equal to AC upon AB. Now out of these I am considering AB upon AD and AC upon AB because I want AB square. So AB into AB cross multiplication, AB square gives us AD into AC. On the other side, if you think of similarity between ABC, the original triangle, and the other triangle BDC, Their sides are also in proportion. So AB upon BD is equal to BC upon DC, which is equal to AC upon BC. Now I am going to consider last two proportions so that I can get BC square. So BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC. So BC square gives us DC into AC. So if you add this both the equation, first equation is AB square is equal to AD into AC. Second equation BC square is equal to DC into AC. If you add both, we get AB square plus BC square is equal to AD into AC plus DC into AC. Here AC is common, so that can be taken as common outside. Inside we get AD plus DC, which together gives us AC. So AC into AC is AC square, and here we have proved that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, where AC is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of remaining two sides making right angle. So now let's learn about converse of Pythagoras theorem. In the theorem, what we had said, that side opposite to right angle, that is hypotenuse square, is equal to sum of the squares of remaining two sides. Now we are in the converse of it. The statement goes this way: in a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides, then the triangle is a right angle. Means that the one square, the first side square, is opposite to right angle, and that side is hypotenuse. Clear? So here given is triangle ABC has been given. So we are aware AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. And we have to prove that angle B is 90. Clear? So for this we have to construct triangle PQR such that AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and angle PQR is 90. We have to prove that angle ABC is 90. Clear? So if we consider the first that constructed triangle PQR where Q is 90, by that Pythagoras theorem we know PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. So here that same thing I can write it as AB square plus BC square, because by construction we have constructed PQ equal to AB and QR equal to BC. So together it gives PR square, which is equal to AC square. So PR square is equal to AC square, that means PR is equal to AC. So when all three sides are in proportion, they are similar, we can see these two triangles, they are congruent, so these two triangles are congruent. And if the triangles are congruent, their particular corresponding angles are congruent. So angle ABC is equal to angle PQR, which is equal to 90. So this is the converse of it. Meaning of this complete theorem is same, only the how to put forth is different. So till this now we have learnt about similarity of right angle triangles, that is in PQR. Because of QS, which is the perpendicular drawn from the opposite vertex to the hypotenuse, we get two more triangles, that is triangle PQR. From triangle PQR we get triangle PSQ and RSQ. Both these triangles are similar to each other and to the original triangle, means all the right angle triangles in the figure are similar to one another. Then next we have learned that theorem of geometric mean. Again, geometric mean is the hypotenuse drawn from the vertex opposite to hypotenuse. So vertex is Q. From Q, if we draw a perpendicular to PR, that is QS. So QS in the above figure, triangle PSQ is similar to QSR, where QS is perpendicular drawn. So QS square is equal to PS into SR. So QS is the geometric mean of segment PS and SR. This QS divides PR into two segments, two parts, PS into SR. Then next we learned is Pythagoras theorem. In a right angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides. Again I repeat, in a right angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides. Converse is, in a triangle, if square of one side is equal to sum of the squares of remaining two sides, then the triangle is a right angle triangle. Here they have not supplied you that the angle is 90 degrees, but if this type of theorem is put forth, you can imagine if it is related to Pythagoras, converse of Pythagoras. So in a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to sum of the squares of the remaining two sides, means this square of one side is the largest of remaining two, then the triangle is a right angle triangle, means we can guess that the angle is 90 degrees. And then we have learnt two properties, useful properties. Out of that one, this is very useful because application of it will be there every time. In a right angle triangle, if one side is half of the hypotenuse, then the angle opposite to it is 30. And there is one more I should add. If the other side is root 3 upon 2 times of the hypotenuse, then angle opposite to that side is 60 degrees. So this property is converse of 30, 60, 90. What is 30, 60, 90? Side opposite to 30 degrees. In a right angle triangle, side opposite to 30 degrees is half of the hypotenuse, and side opposite to 60 degrees is root 3 upon 2 times that of hypotenuse. One more we had learned. Can you remember? That was about 45 degrees and 90 degrees. Here, side opposite to 45. Both the sides are equal because I think I have told you when, and you are also aware, when two angles out of three in a triangle are congruent, they are equal, then it is an isosceles triangle. So remaining two sides, leaving hypotenuse aside, they are congruent. So side opposite to 45 degree will be 1 upon root 2 times that of the hypotenuse, both the sides. So do not forget these things. Remember these things properly so that we can solve problems completely based on Pythagoras theorem, theorem of geometry mean, similarity, converse of Pythagoras theorem, and of course converse of 30, 60, 90 degrees. Let us see one example. In triangle STU, angle T is 90, segment TV is perpendicular to segment SU. Then we are supposed to find XYZ, where X is TV. So while finding out the solution, we should start with theorem of geometric means, that is TV square is equal to SV into VU. Now, that can be written as TV is equal to under root SV into VU. SV is 10, VU is 8. So it is root 80, which can be written as 5 into 2 into 8 or 16 5s are. Why in this form? Because if under 16 gives us a proper integer, positive integer 4. So it is 4 root 15, that is the value of x. In triangle TUV, by Pythagoras theorem, TU square is equal to TV square plus VU square, taking the values, considering the values where TU is the hypotenuse. So TU square we have to find out. So other two sides are 4 root 5 square plus 8 square. It gives us 144, which is the square of 12. So value of y, that is TU, is 12. And the next is in triangle SVT by Pythagoras theorem, ST square is equal to TV square plus VS square. TV we know it is 4 root 5. 4 root 5 square plus 10 square gives us 10 into 5, 80 plus 100, 180. Can be written as 36 into 5. Again, the same logic is applicable because 36 is the square of some number. That is, it gives us 6 root 5. So value of z is 6 root 5. Students, here directly also you can find of considering the complete triangle STU as a right angle. You have SU, that is 10 plus 8, 18. You have TU, that is 12. So from that you can find ST, as in this triangle it will be SU square is equal to ST square plus TU square. So 18 square is equal to ST square plus 12 square. From that also you can reach till the solution, that is 180, and the answer you will get it in this manner. Yeah, I purposely showed you separately in different triangles, but once you have complete hypotenuse in one side, you can just show it in that manner also, and you will land up to the same thing. Now, next problem set and practice set, we will be doing few examples in the next session. So students, we have learnt about similarity in right angle triangles, properties of right angle triangle, 30, 16, 90, 45, 45, 90, and Pythagoras theorem, converse of all these, and geometric mean, and a simple problem based on geometric mean. Now remaining part about all the practice set, few examples from practice set and few from problem set will be learning in the next session. Thank you.